Watch where you're going. The voice cut through the marble lobby like thunder. Silence followed, sharp and uncomfortable. Every head turned to the man, kneeling beside a tip-mop bucket. Water spread across the polished floor, like a mirror reflecting humiliation. Thomas Gray, billionaire CEO of Graytech Industries, towered above, his polished shoes gleaming. The janitor, Derek Cole, muttered calmly, "I'm sorry, sir. I didn't see you coming." Thomas's tone sharpened. "Of course you didn't. You people never look where you're going." The lobby froze. Derek, in his late 30s, tall and steady-eyed, didn't flinch. "With respect, sir, I was cleaning where you told me to." Thomas sneered. "You think wearing that uniform give you a pass to be sloppy? Men like me build this place. Men like you just clean it." Clara Gray, his daughter, stepped from the elevator, tablet in hand. "Dad, that's enough," she said. Thomas ignored her. "No, it's not. People like him need to learn there's a ladder in life, and some rungs aren't meant to be climbed." Derek straightened, voice calm but firm. "Maybe, sir, but ladders go both ways. Sometimes a man at the top falls faster than he thinks." A hush fell. Thomas's face flushed. "Did you just threaten me?" "No," Derek replied. "Just a reminder." Thomas barked at his assistant to call security. Derek quietly rolled up his sleeves, revealing a faded tattoo of a winged sword encircled by numbers, an insignia of the Winged Vanguard, a secret elite task force. No one noticed. Clara's curiosity stirred. Something about that tattoo tugged at her memory. Upstairs, Thomas fumed, unaware that the man he humiliated once commanded soldiers who answered only to generals and presidents. By morning, the building buzzed with gossip. Employees whispered about Derek's calm defiance. Clara researched late into the night, discovering the Winged Vanguard Special Forces division. Her stomach dropped as she realized Derek wasn't just a janitor. He was a legend. Down in security, Benson, the head of security, reviewed footage. The tattoo confirmed it. He called an old military contact. "Hughes, ever hear of Captain Derek Cole?" A pause. "You're kidding." That man was a ghost. Nightfall operations. Saved half an embassy team under fire. Retired years ago. Working here as a janitor. "Yes," Benson replied. "Show him respect. You don't want to be on the wrong side of that man." The next noon, an investor meeting brought Derek to the boardroom. Thomas was unaware. Executives, reporters, and German delegates were present. Derek quietly entered, mop bucket in hand, moving to a corner. No one noticed. Clara's gaze caught the winged sword tattoo. Her heart raced. Thomas bragged about a defense contract, referencing a German prototype. Colonel Erich Vogel leaned toward his translator. Their design resembled the Vanguard initiative. Thomas smiled, smugly assuming Derek was long retired. Clara's mind raced. Derek's calm, collected presence commanded attention without words. Something was about to shift. The glass doors opened quietly. Mr. Benson, head of security, stepped in with a thin folder. "Sir, there's something you need to know about the man behind you." Thomas barely looked up. "Can it wait? I'm closing a deal here." Benson's tone dropped firm. "It shouldn't." He stepped closer. "That's not just a janitor. That's Captain Derek Cole, former commander of the U.S. Winged Vanguard Special Forces." Whispers rippled through the room. Colonel Vogel stood abruptly, eyes wide. "Captain Cole, you led Operation Nightfall. You saved 27 of my soldiers." Thomas stammered. "Impossible." Benson slid a verified dossier across the table. 15 years of service, multiple commendations. Disappeared from public record 5 years ago. Derek had stopped mopping, standing upright, calm, eyes steady. Thomas stepped closer, confused. "You that, Derek Cole?" "I was a long time ago," Derek said evenly. The colonel saluted. "You are a legend, Captain. My men owe you their lives." Derek shook his hand calmly. "You owe me nothing. We did what we had to do." Thomas tried to laugh. Why are you cleaning floors?" "Peace doesn't need an audience, Mr. Gray," Derek replied simply. The words cut deeper than any reprimand. Clara, standing nearby, whispered, "You could have told us who you were." "People only see what they respect." I didn't need to tell anyone, Derek said. Modest. Benson crossed his arms. Some of us still remember what respect looks like. The executive shifted uneasily. Thomas swallowed, searching for words. Derek's quiet dignity exposed the arrogance in the room. Titles fade. Power shifts. Character lasts. Derek turned, leaving the boardroom. Clara stepped out with an umbrella. You didn't want a spotlight? Spotlights are for people looking up, he said faintly. I've spent enough time looking forward. Thomas approached him in the rain, soaked. Mr. Cole, I owe you an apology. You already did, Derek said. It was clear yesterday. I judge you by a uniform, by my pride, Thomas admitted. You judge me because you needed someone to look down on. That's insecurity, not leadership, Derek said. Thomas nodded slowly. I want to make this right. Public apology. Donations to veterans. Derek shook his head. Don't do it for me. Do it for the next man you might humiliate. They shook hands, firm and respectful. Clara watched silently, pride flickering. Together, they watched Derek drive away into the rain, a quiet man leaving a lasting lesson. A week later, Grey Deck Tower felt different. Conversations were softer, people smiled more. Thomas adjusted a microphone at a veterans charity event. A few days ago, I made a mistake. I disrespected someone who did more for this country than I ever will. His name is Derek Cole. Veterans in attendance nodded knowingly. Thomas continued. He worked here as a janitor. I saw a mop, not a man. What I should have seen was courage, discipline, and quiet dignity. The crowd applauded. Thomas gestured toward the back. Mr. Cole, please join us. Derek walked forward, casual, calm. Thomas extended his hand again. Derek shook it firmly. I owe you a public apology, and this company owes you thanks, Thomas said. Apology accepted, Derek replied. I just do what every decent person should. Treat people like they matter. Clara stepped forward. Mr. Cole reminds us respect isn't earned by title, but by how we treat those around us. Thomas announced a new initiative, the Cole Foundation, to support returning veterans. Applause thundered, cameras flashed, but Derek remained humble. Outside, the city breeze brushed his face. Clara followed. You didn't want a spotlight? Spotlights are for people looking up, Derek repeated. Honor is doing the right thing when no one's watching. Clara smiled. Then you have more honor than most. Maybe, but I'm still just a janitor. As Derek walked toward his truck, the wet pavement reflected the sunlight breaking through clouds. Inside, Thomas watched through glass, silently learning that true power isn't in wealth or status. It's in integrity, humility, and quiet strength. Some heroes don't wear medals. Some just carry a mop and leave a lesson that lasts a lifetime.